Hello, welcome back to BlenderSushi Live Noding. Today we're gonna take a look further with the OSC business. We're still in the open sound controller business, and I'm gonna use ChucK this time. So the idea is, of course, I can draw it again. This is Blender, and currently Blender doesn't really generate sound, so I kind of wanna connect this with ChucK. Previously, you might have seen my other video where I'm connecting Blender with a Sonic Pi, and I was using Python OSC, and also there's another module called Pysonic, and they both do talk, and it was quite nice. However, I think we can use ChucK because ChucK probably a little bit faster, and I don't know. Even though ChucK has its own language, um, I think we can make Blender talk to ChucK in a more elegant kind of way, because ChucK can do a lot of threading and it's real time as well. It's similar to Sonic Pi, even though of course Sonic Pi language is a little bit easier. ChucK is a little bit low level, but we will see. They're gonna talk to each other, so it's still the idea is to send or receive, right? And we're gonna try to generate sound, hopefully. So if we look at ChucK examples, there is one especially for OSC, and we're gonna take a look at those. So this is the example to send. Let's try this example. It says launch together with OSC receive, so that we can run two programs inside ChucK and let's ChucK talk into itself, but we're gonna make Blender talk to ChucK or ChucK talk to Blender. Let's have a look. This is gonna be called OSC send, I believe. So I'm gonna save this first. It's OSC send. Save. I already have a previous file named OSC send, so I'm gonna replace it. What's important here is actually the local host and the port number. So we always need to care about those two. If it says local host, normally it means this number 127.0.0.1 is the default address for local. Sometimes we need to be more specific, that instead of 127.0.0.1, we need to change this to like a Wi-Fi address. I don't know how it works, but we will see real soon. Okay, so this is ChucK language. Okay, it's kind of like if you're using script node inside animation nodes. It's kind of like what it is. It's a box with a script, and this particular script will kind of sending OSC message, and this is the address for OSC message. Sound buff rate. Hopefully we can transfer this into Blender. The rest of them is just its own language. Create objects, and then set host, and then this is the loop inside ChucK. And yeah, if I start to run this program now, start the virtual machine. In ChucK we always need to have this virtual machine to run first, and then we're sending this program, add thread. Now this little node is actually, this little program is sending message, okay? And Blender is not listening it yet, but we're gonna do that real soon. This is the port number 6449. 6449. It's gonna listen to the local, so it should be good. Everything else is good, and then we can try start it. It's running. I believe it's actually already listening. I could be wrong. Let me stop that and set update rate to 1276449. That's correct. Do that again and monitoring. Okay, so we are getting the message. So it's kind of like Blender snooping into ChucK. Okay, so there's a value, and with a value, of course, we can do anything. Let's say for this box in the z-axis, and just add single key to keying set, because we are using this add OSC, and it requires keying set. Now I just grab this number, and now you see our objects being controlled by ChucK. Okay, that's cool. That's a one-way communications from ChucK. ChucK sending to Blender, and Blender is receiving it. We can actually make it like kind of looping, so it's kind of sending and receiving. But for now, let's keep it simple. Now Blender will try to send it out to ChucK. So we're gonna now start clear the VM, stop this program. We're gonna use another program that's for receiving, and this is the example right here. Currently I'm just using the default example. Internet is a bit slow. Okay, there you go. I'm just using the default copy paste, and because that's for you, if you want to try it, you always copy paste the original example, and you make modifications and try to understand the example. For me, actually exploring this kind of OSC stuff is to help understanding what's happening with the data, because that's what really important. You know, whatever script you're using, Python or this is ChucK language, it's all about the data coming in and coming out and how it's get processed. Kind of, that's the basics idea. So this guy's gonna receive the data from Blender. I'm gonna make Blender talk to ChucK to make sound. That's really the main point. So this is the address. Maybe we can change it. Okay, it's already matching. It's gonna receive from port 9002. Here we might need to change the address, but this is okay. It's sourcing a data. I believe I have this snare 001.wave somewhere in my hard drive. Let me check real quick. Audio snare 01, snare 01. So this is the only thing that you might need to provide yourself. I already have it in my hard drive. You can download any kind of sound wave file and then put it in the audio in the same directory as ChucK file. File save as it's gonna be, what was it? Is this OSC receive? OSC receive. OSE.receive. Replace. All right. Now everything I believe is ready. 902. I'm stopping this right now. If I run it, nothing happened. So wait. Okay. Maybe recording and running Blender and ChucK at the same time is slowing the system down. So now it's good. I believe we can start virtual machine now and try let this run. Now ChucK is listening to Blender, okay? And if I stop and run it, nothing happened. This is when I think I need to change the address. Do you want application accept incoming connection? Allow. Okay, now ChucK is listening to Blender. Now, of course, ChucK is gonna make sound based on the message it's receiving from Blender. In this case, it's the snare. I have other sound actually we can use, and sound has its own property. So with program like ChucK or SonicPy, we will be dealing with either sample or synthesized audio. And with synthesized audio, we have things like frequency or frequency and amplitude. And then with samples, we have things like pitch, the speed of sample sound being played. And at the moment, so ChucK is listening. It's already working just like we want it, and it's listening to whatever changes it's getting from Blender. Here's the thing with a real-time data and OSC stuff, because it's always listening, and then it's trying to listen as fast as possible. At the moment, it's like 1 millisecond. We kind of need to control that as well, because the data doesn't always need to come that way, even though it's cool to listen the first time, but after a while you kind of want to have control over this. Let me make it a little bit louder. That's the snare being kicked. We can change it to maybe stereo cow. Do you have cowbell? It's weird, I don't have a cowbell in here. I have ChucK, that's my own voice, I think. Let's try that. ChucK. Now it's two ChucK program running in the background. Yeah, it's actually that's my voice trying to imitate this Balinese Kecak. You probably have seen this in the movie, or if you have been to Bali, you might have seen this Kecak dance. It's a Balinese traditional dance and music, and the whole thing, it's kind of like a trance kind of performance. It's actually being shown in one part of the movie Baraka. So Kecak is in. I kind of always want to emulate that using ChucK or in a 3D. I'm sorry about this app. This ads. So I have to skip it. So there's this Baraka ChucK performance. So okay, I'm just gonna show you real quick. Kecak dance, Bali, in Uluwatu. My internet is really slow today. Just wanna just gonna skip to the good part. This is where they really like in trance and they're making this sound like chuck chuck like that. Right. I'm gonna I was actually trying to recreate that. But I think that even that's particular performance, Kecak dance has kind of special algorithm somehow. I don't know how to explain it, but maybe I could kind of try something real quick. It's not really Kecak, but if it's not a random, it's actually I don't know what's the terminology in. It's a loop as well, but I don't know how many beats, maybe 16 or 32 or 8. And when comparing math and music, I think it's there's an algorithm behind that ChucK performance. It's not just like a random ChucK, you know. This is buff position. This is resetting the position of buffer, and then where's the now? OE is the now. Let's try something anyway. Compositing. If we randomize this guy, object transform output, get that object and this location. So frame change, random number, and frame in, plug into the seed. It's gonna output a number between whoops, 0 and 1. I thought Blender's gonna crash just now. It's evaluating probably. This program actually receiving the data, but it's probably too fast. Let's try different. So I'm slowing down the thing. Let's try monkey head. Yeah, kind of tired seeing the cube. RZ90. Now we can see monkey. It's cool. So it's not really random with that performance. We maybe we can use algorithm. I don't know. Let's use virtual generator, box cylinder. There's a flower example, which is a script. scripted nodes. Remember the Fibonacci example? Let's hope that this works. This is ChucK. This is ChucK. Fewer bmesh. Save this and save again, just in case it crashes. I have so many programs running. So it creates this Fibonacci sequence. It has for each of the points here, it has a different value of x and y. I think I can use that. Object mesh data in. So we're gonna grab that Fibonacci and then get the vertex locations. Vertex locations, we're gonna control our cube, our monkey right here. Let's take a look. Vector plug into the locations. And use the index get list element. That's the list. Okay, let's say instead of that, let's just get it. That plug in there, index goes in there, and the element goes to location. No, it doesn't like it. Wonder why. Let's try always. Oh, okay, I know. We don't need a loop. Okay, that's really what we want. We don't need a loop. This is it's gonna be like this. Frame in. I'm kind of making it up as I go. Okay, that's a monkey going in a Fibonacci kind of positions, but we want it to work with ChucK. So it seems like the OSC things stop working. Okay, it's not because it stopped working, it's the Z. Okay, combine vector. At the moment the Z is 0, 0, 0, 0. So the X and Y, X doesn't like negative value. I'm gonna make this at absolute. This might work. Absolute. Okay. Might be too fast as well. And too slow. Smooth and mix it with. Let's multiply this by 3, for example. I can run 2 of these. Maybe we don't need 2 of them, just I think it's the variations. It's not just as like a one sound making random voice, but it's a multiple. It's one sound and then the others following to make this music. So maybe one is going like that, and then the other follows. But yeah, anyhow, that's I think that's pretty much it for this live noting. Maybe in the next video I can make a proper Kecak performance. However, that's yet another explorations in OSC. So Blender, blending with ChucK, and yeah, and that's gonna create Sonic music. So we will see what's gonna happen next. Hope you like this video. If you like it, you can leave like and you can comment anything, ask me questions, and give me some suggestion as well. Hopefully this is useful for you. I'll see you on the next video.